Well, it's good to be here among my family, my liberal family. D'abord, permettez-moi de vous remercier. Votre présence en très grand nombre aujourd'hui et votre participation tout au long de cette course à la direction du Parti libéral du Canada en dit long sur notre avenir, sur notre dynamisme et sur notre capacité à nous renouveler. J'aimerais également remercier notre chef Bob Ray et Arlene. Tous deux ont contribué à la reconstruction de notre parti. Bob, tu as su apporter l'énergie, la rigueur et le dynamisme dont nous avions besoin pour redevenir une opposition forte et efficace. Bravo, tu mérites toute notre admiration, Bob. Également, prêchant par l'expérience, Bob a accordé une grande importance aux membres du parti, oui, mais aussi une attention particulière à notre caucus. Évidemment, une pratique que je vais poursuivre si vous m'accordez votre confiance. Enfin, je voudrais aussi en profiter pour souligner la contribution inestimable de Michael Ignatieff, Stéphane Dion, qui tous deux, à leur façon, ont fait avancer la cause libérale tout en amorçant le processus de reconstruction. Nous vous devons à tous deux beaucoup merci. Friends, it's an honor and a privilege to speak to you today. The Canada that our forefathers built has allowed me, despite my humble background, to fulfill my potential and to rise to a position that gave me the chance to contribute to our society, first as President of the Quebec wing of our party and MP for Outremont, but as well later on as Minister. As Secretary of State responsible for Canada economic development, I am proud to have been directly involved in revamping the various programs to allow for better and stronger support for the regions of Quebec. As Minister of National Revenue, I'm proud to have contributed to the reform of Canada Customs. Of course, as Minister of Justice, I am proud to have introduced a bill proposing alternative penalties for cannabis. And of course, I'm also very proud to have been the architect of same-sex marriage. Last, but certainly not least, I'm proud to have been around the cabinet table when Canada, under Jean Chrétien's leadership, refused to participate in the war in Iraq. Of course, given all those accomplishments, there are some who have suggested, despite the fact that I'm only 50 years of age, that I have too much experience. Well, I certainly don't lack political experience. I don't lack political experience, and on top of this, I've spent more than 10 years in the private sector, giving me an even deeper understanding of the economy and as well the international issues. Yes, I'm proud of my accomplishments, and I'm grateful to my country for having given me the opportunity to contribute to its development. Indeed, there are very few countries in the world where the son of a carpenter could hope to become Minister of Justice at just 39 years of age. And this is Canada. This was possible, and thanks in part to the fundamental values our society holds, but also to the fact that while I was just a teenager, I've chosen to join our great party. The Liberal Party is welcoming and generous. It's a party where anyone can feel at home. Just like Canada, it's a party that eagerly welcomes the contributions of new Canadians. Just like Canada, it's a party that celebrates diversity. It's a party that has only one doctrine. And I'm going to repeat that. Our party has only one doctrine, and it is the well-being of all Canadians. Nous, ensemble, nous avons connu de grandes heures de gloire. Ensemble. Nous avons également connu des défaites difficiles. Nous nous sommes toujours questionnés et avons su écouter afin de commencer une reconstruction réelle, palpable. Voilà pourquoi nous sommes ici aujourd'hui. En fait, au cours des dernières années, certains sont allés jusqu'à dire, nos détracteurs évidemment, et que le Parti libéral était chose du passé, en évoquant la disparition de notre parti. Après ces quelques mois passés sur le terrain, partout au Canada, après avoir rencontré des Canadiennes et des Canadiennes partout au Canada, aujourd'hui, je peux vous dire et vous affirmer sans l'ombre d'un doute qu'il n'en est rien et que le Parti libéral du Canada est là pour rester et revenir diriger le Canada. Si je suis devant vous aujourd'hui et sollicite votre appui, c'est parce qu'encore une fois, je suis convaincu que notre parti représente plus que jamais la solution aux grands défis de demain. Voilà pourquoi nous avons ensemble le devoir de reconstruire. Voilà pourquoi nous avons le devoir d'oser et d'inspirer, comme ont su le faire de nombreux chefs libéraux avant nous. Nous devons le faire en nous appuyant sur nos valeurs, en incitant la participation accrue des femmes dans la vie politique de notre pays et en comptant sur une jeunesse dynamique qui veut participer au processus de renouveau, une jeunesse qui a le droit de rêver et qui est résolument tournée vers l'avenir. Friends, just like you, I am a very proud liberal. This pride runs deep. Indeed, few democratic institutions in the world can claim to have contributed to their country the way the Liberal Party of Canada has. Think just for one moment, think of Laurier. Think of Saint Laurent. Think of Pearson. Think of John Turner. Think of Pierre Elliott Trudeau and the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedom. Think of Jean Chrétien and his refusal to participate in the war in Iraq. Think of Paul Martin and the Kelowna Accord. Indeed, our great leaders have proven to the world how noble and universal are our liberal values. Equal opportunity, individual rights and freedoms, tolerance, respect for diversity, and indeed a strong commitment to the environment. Those are our values. Deeply rooted in strong, universal values, we must now look ahead to the future and offer Canadians a vision, their country, and the vision of their country that breaks with the divisive attitude of Stephen Harper. Canadians today, Canadians are tired of this conservative government which, for purely dogmatic reasons, has reduced Canada's leadership role on the international stage and in environmental issues to a pit part. Canadians are tired of this dogmatic government who's dealing with the provinces, Aboriginal communities, and civil society are defined by conflict and divisiveness. Canadians are sick and tired of this government which, by creating the Office of Religious Freedom, scorns so many of the values that have made Canada the great, open, inclusive, and respectful nation it is. Ladies and gentlemen and friends, we cannot, we must not, and we will not take it anymore. That is why the Liberal Party of Canada must present a clear vision for the future, and it must do so right now. Of course, always the same. Some will try to convince you that now it's not the time to discuss policy. I do not share this view. And as I can see, a lot of you as well. The next leader of the Liberal Party must be able to articulate its vision so you know what he or she stands for. In fact, policy is key because Canadians will not give us a blank check at the next election. And let me tell you, we still have a lot of work. We still have a lot of work to do to gain their trust. I'm very well aware of this, and it's why, respecting my party, my members, it's why I've talked about my vision for the country and presented policies I believe in. Je vous invite donc à aller sur mon site Internet, mais aussi sur celui de mes collègues, afin d'en apprendre plus sur nous, sur notre parcours et sur la vision qui nous anime respectivement. Of course, the positions and policies I've talked about over the course of this campaign are not set in stone. They are the starting point for a larger reflection that we have to begin together as soon as this race is over. In the spirit of renewal for our party, I hope that all our members and supporters may play an active role in crafting the platform that we will present to Canadians at the next election. I want to be a leader who listens to our party members and to the population at large. To that effect, I'll make it a priority to transform our party into an inclusive organization where every member and supporter will have a chance to speak and play a role. That is my Liberal Party of Canada. During this campaign, I've asked your opinion on a weekly basis via the discussion forum we call Have Your Say on my website. And I would like today to take the opportunity to thank all the people who took the time to share their opinions with me. C'est seulement en écoutant et en travaillant avec nos associations de comté, en formant les membres et en leur donnant les outils nécessaires que nous pourrons créer des cellules libérales dynamiques dans chaque comté au Canada. Cellules qui devront avoir pour mission de jouer un rôle d'opposition active lorsque le député n'est pas libéral. Il nous faut maximiser l'échange d'informations, mettre en place des modes de financement populaires, mettre en place des modes de financement également innovateurs, plus participatifs et plus efficaces. Il faut aussi renforcer notre présence dans chaque province et territoire. Enfin, nous devrons consulter, écouter et comprendre. Un exercice qui devra être fait de concert avec vous et l'ensemble de la population. Cette consultation pourrait entre autres s'articuler autour des 5 grands chantiers suivants. Our first challenge, the economy. Of course, Canada is a small domestic market and will only continue to develop economically if it diversifies its market in the context of an increasingly globalized economy. The world needs us, and we need it. Therefore, we have to expand our exports and build competitive and productive businesses, as well as a solid knowledge-based economy, while at the same time focusing on our regions across Canada. So we're going to have to discuss all that together over the next few months. The second challenge we have, the environment. Canada in that field has gone from a leader to a black sheep. It is therefore crucial that we take back our leadership position on the international political stage by making the environment one of the pillars of our foreign policy. We have to look at how we are going to develop a green economy that will not only allow us to reach our objectives, but propel our economic growth. Thirdly, justice. The Canadian judicial system is being transformed, and it's probably, not probably, it is certainly an understatement. Transformed by Stephen Harper's Conservative. We have to restore balance and dialogue between lawmakers and the courts. We also have to consider what kind of justice system we want and bring, of course, restorative, preventative justice back to its rightful place. Quatrièmement, le chantier social. Le filet social canadien, qui fut créé il y a quelques décennies, a besoin d'être consolidé. Mais il a aussi grandement besoin d'être actualisé. La démographie a changé, la population s'est de beaucoup urbanisée. Bref, le filet social fait face à de nouveaux défis. Que l'on parle de pauvreté, de pensions pour les retraités ou encore d'un programme d'assurance médicaments, tout doit être revu avec un seul objectif, l'objectif de mieux servir et mieux répondre aux besoins et préoccupations des Canadiens et Canadiennes partout. Enfin, nous avons le chantier identitaire. Alors que le gouvernement Harper impose ses vues aux provinces, remplace la coopération avec les peuples autochtones par la confrontation, plus que jamais la gouvernance du cadre fédéral est à revoir en faveur d'une approche plus flexible, plus participative. Un gouvernement libéral fédéral à l'écoute et inclusif qui respecte les particularités de chacun résultera en un Canada plus fort, plus riche, plus dynamique, mais aussi en un Canada plus uni et toujours plus fier de son identité. Voilà pourquoi j'apporterai aussi une attention à l'art et à la culture qui jouent un rôle essentiel dans l'affirmation et la promotion de notre identité ici et ailleurs dans le monde. Le gouvernement doit soutenir davantage la mission des entreprises culturelles. Respecter l'art et la culture. Respecter l'art et la culture, c'est se respecter soi-même et respecter son pays. Voilà quelques-uns des défis que nous devrons relever. Les Canadiens comptent sur nous pour y arriver. Pour ma part, je compte sur vous et sollicite votre appui afin de diriger avec vous ce grand processus de renouveau qui concerne autant notre parti que notre pays. Il fut un temps où le Canada était cité en exemple. Voilà qui contraste grandement avec le Canada d'aujourd'hui. Nous devons redevenir ce pays innovateur, générateur d'idées progressistes. Nous devons redevenir un chef de file sur la scène internationale et retrouver la fierté qui nous animait. Lorsque le Canada a signé la Convention sur l'interdiction des mines antipersonnelles, lors de la signature de l'accord de Kyoto, lorsqu'Équipe Canada parcourait le monde pour promouvoir notre savoir-faire, notre culture et nos artistes. Together, we must breathe new life into our country, which sorely needs it. I'm filled today with as much energy and enthusiasm as I was at 26 years old when I ran for the Liberal Party against then Prime Minister Mulroney. I'm driven by the same confidence and the same certainty that the Liberal Party of Canada can be a true agent of change. I want to rebuild our party and offer Canadians a vision, a plan of society, an adventure they'll not only agree with, but participate in. That's the reason why I'm here today. Throughout this leadership, I've had the opportunity to debate with high-quality candidates. Today, I'd like to thank them for their involvement and for their great contribution. Now, of course, you're going to have to make a choice. We're getting there soon. You know what I stand for. You know where I come from. You know my values. You know my determination for the party and the country. Some are afraid of the attack ad. I'm not afraid of the attack ad. If you support me, if I become leader of our party, Stephen Harper, I'm going to take you on, and Canadians are going to bring you down. Trust me. I want to have that chance to lead our great family. I've done my share now. You know where I am. You know what I stand for. Over the next few days, it's going to be your turn. You know that the next leader will be under attack. You know it's going to be very demanding. We're going to have to roll up our sleeves. If you choose me, the answer is yes, yes, and yes. And we're going to do it together. On April 14, I count on you. I count on you to choose me as next leader so together we can rebuild this party and make sure that as Canadians, we're going to be proud again. Thanks a lot. Merci beaucoup.